Hey guys, it's Jeff of the Area North 40. If you've been watching any of my videos on my channel, I kind of got three primary themes: cars, bikes, and motorbikes, or mini bikes, or scooters, whatever. I think this one I'm gonna try and get one of my mini bikes out. It's not a mini bike; it's a Honda. It's actually got a legitimate motor that shifts and everything, but it's still small, so kind of mini. And it just now started raining, so that's always great. But I'm gonna pull that thing out of the shed over here and see if I can get it started. I haven't started in a while. The gas in it's probably gone bad, so we'll see if we can get it done. This might take a couple days on this one, but it might be out a day later than normal. I try to get these things out on Saturday. That's the day I seem to settle on, is Saturday mornings, or late morning, early afternoon. So anyway, we'll see. All right, so here she is. This is, trying to find a year on it. They only made these for 2 years. And of course it's not going to tell me the year. It's a Honda ST90, and I can't remember if it's a 74 or a 75. I don't know if the color was specific to one year or the other. I think that color is not one of the more common colors that you see. I mean, if you know, my favorite color is red, so it would be Honda red if it was up to me. Although it hasn't ran in a while, I mean, I just haven't run it in a while. It is a really cool bike, and in as original shape as it's in, I think I mean, as far as I know, these are the original tires, so I wouldn't go on any long road trip on this thing, but it's certainly good for, you know, being around the campsite. And okay, so these I don't believe are factory, the little rear foot peg there. I don't know how much passenger riding you'd want to do on this thing, but the last time I used it, everything worked. The headlight worked, the tail light, the blinkers, even the speedometer worked. And another kind of special thing about this is my fiance Carly, she had never successfully ridden a motorcycle before we got together. She tried it a couple times, and whoever was teaching her just didn't do a very good job, and she, as she put it, got whiskey throttle and launched it into a side of a building or a fence or something. I don't know. Didn't sound very fun. I taught her how to ride properly on this bike. I've got a little bit of video that I'll insert right here. And that was her very first time successfully riding a motorcycle. I showed a little bit of that on another video, so I won't put a huge bit in this one, but on the video of her riding the mini bike around the backyard here. But this one actually has a 3-speed, it's semi-automatic. If you're not familiar, that means that you do have to shift, but you don't need to pull the clutch in. You just, you know, click it, and it's just all three of them up. So it's just a 3-speed. But it's a cool little bike. It is street legal. I can take it down the road, and I have a license plate for it that is a collector vehicle plate, so I don't have to worry about putting tabs on it every year or anything like that. But it's a neat little bike, so let's see what it takes to get the thing started, and maybe take it down the road, and maybe I'll put a little chest cam thing for you to go for a ride with me. All right. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but it's raining, and it's pretty much been raining non-stop for the last 2 days, so I'm not gonna work on that bike when it's pouring rain. I need a shop. Maybe if I get more subscribers and start getting some you know, financial love from the interwebs and all that stuff, I'll be able to afford to get a shop. But in the meantime, as soon as it gets nice enough, I'll finish up what I was starting on and ride that little bike around. All right.
Several days later.
Here we are, many days later. See that nice, pretty blue sky? Isn't it so nice? It literally started raining what will seem like moments ago on this video, but was actually almost a week ago now, and was almost non-stop, but every time it did stop, I was not here or some other thing. I don't know, but we're gonna try and get this thing finished up only a week late and try again. The fortunate thing is, I don't know, you're probably not gonna be able to see down in there, but there is no fuel, no liquid of any kind. That's actually a good thing. Leaving the kind of crappy fuel that we have to deal with these days, with made from corn and whatever else, the ethanol stuff, that stuff doesn't last for very long. So the best thing you can do for your engine is to run it all the way out if it's going to sit for a while. I honestly don't remember doing that, but I must have. I probably ran it, it was probably low on gas, and I just rode it around until it just completely died. The jets in the carburetor, they can get gummed up, and so I don't know, we'll see if it cleared it out. I'm gonna put a little bit of gas in there. Unfortunately, it's not non-ethanol because I don't even know where to get non-ethanol around here, but I've got a tank full of relatively brand new gas that's been sitting in a tank. I'll pour some of that in there and then maybe squirt a little bit of carb clean at the carburetor directly and see if I can get this thing to fire up. All right, here we go. Turn it back to on, see what happens. All right, well, that ain't working. Do the old spark plug check. All right, we got the spark plug out. It's got a little color to it, but I can smell some gas on it. I don't think it's enough to consider that it's flooded yet, but I need to find out if this thing's getting any kind of spark. Well, I'm not getting any spark. That might mean that I need to get into the points and clean them up. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that right now because I'm fast losing light and it's getting cold. Supposedly we're due for actual snow, and then this happened. Yay, snow. Not very much though, just a light hazing or dusting or whatever, but what has happened is the temperature has dropped significantly. It was already getting kind of cold last night. It's the next day, by the way. I just got home from work, I don't know, probably about half an hour ago, and I was gonna get that bike back out and work on it, but it is so flipping cold that my little thinners don't work so good when it gets this cold. I don't expect any more snow. It's just cold, cold, and more cold. That's just the way it is in Washington State. Sometimes you get a real winter, sometimes it comes all on one weekend. So anyway,
One eternity later.
well, that was pleasant. All right, many days later, actually weeks later, I finally got some sunshine. Look at that, there it is over there in through the trees, and it's a Saturday. Can you believe it? I'm not gonna work outside in 19 degrees. I'm not young any longer. I act like I'm young, I do young guy things, but I'm about to turn 53 coming up here, and I feel it. So, but anyway, I am back on this, or still on this, which was supposed to be just a quick little video. I was just gonna fire the thing up and ride it around just to do a nice, fun little filler video, and it's turned into more of a pain in the you-know-what than I expected because it didn't want to start. And so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take off the side cover and get to the points and see if maybe just cleaning them up a little bit should do the trick. Hey, look at that, points. See, I'm pointing at the points. Okay. Yeah, I think I used this in another video where I clipped the tip off, but this is basically just a little tiny nail file, just a little bit. I'm not gonna do a whole lot because we don't wanna take any material out, just clean it up a little bit. see what happens. Some guys will just use a piece of sandpaper. This isn't much rougher than just a light piece of sandpaper, so I think it'll be all right. This does not have an electric starter. There is a battery under there that's dead. As I understand it, that battery is not necessary for it to do anything, and I don't think I've ever charged the battery or had any kind of a charge on it. It's just there to be like a power management type thing for the voltage going through, just to kind of regulate it and you know, power the lights so that they work. So it very well could be that I'm mistaken about that and I'll need to get another battery for it, but I haven't gotten a battery for it since I bought the vehicle, or the bike vehicle. Well, let's stop the camera right here and I'll take a look and see if I saw anything in a little bit of video. Well, I was wrong. That has literally never happened before. Literally. I looked it up and I was mistaken. This one, it does require the battery in order to generate the initial spark. It does work as a regulator, like for the lights and so forth, like I had said, but this particular model, it requires it. They have the battery at Batteries Plus according to the interwebs, and so I'll go pick one up. It's like 30 bucks, no big deal. And we'll see if that does the trick, and hopefully that's all the problem is, and it'll fire right up and we'll take it for a rip. So that's that for the moment. When next you see me, hopefully I will be the proud owner of a brand new battery, and I'll throw it in there and see if that's all it took and get her going.
3 days later.
I went and bought a new battery for the 90, but of course it had to be filled and charged. So I ordered a small plug into the wall charger that was 1.5 amp and it can do 12 or 6 volt, and it came a couple days later. Of course it was raining, as it's been. It's a little cloudy, but I can see some blue poking through. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's gonna get dark pretty soon. But the battery is fully charged, I think. I'm gonna get this thing back into the bike and see if that resolves my spark issue and get this thing fired up. All right, wish me luck. All right, I suppose I should show you this. Hi, I suppose I should show you this just in case you didn't know. This battery, they fill it with the acid in here, and it has this little vent right there, and there's a tube right there that just goes down, and basically it would drain down below in case it spilled over or boiled over or whatever. So that's what I was just hooking up there. Fuel, put the choke on, maybe back it off a hair. Key on, that on. Let's see what happens. Nothing so far. I'm gonna squirt a little bit of carb cleaner right into there and see if that, because I don't know if it's sparking or not, but see if that gives a little bit of a pop. Oh, my light is on. Well, that's a good sign. That means the battery's charged up. See that? Yeah, look at there. Okay. That's probably way too much. All right, got the spark plug here. Can you see that? I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. Let's get you as close as possible. So we're looking for a little bit of spark right about there. Always helps if you turn the key on. Okay. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but there's definitely spark there. All right, let's try it again. get that thing back in there. Yet again, the simplest little thing. What in the heck? All right. Well, I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Now, I don't know why, but I had spark, I had headlight, I had everything. I think I touched the high beam, low beam thing, and I might have popped something, but I checked the fuse on the battery. It's good, but I've lost spark again. I don't have any idea why. It's not the points. You saw earlier in the video that I'd cleaned them up, even though that wasn't actually the problem. It was the battery the whole time. But why I've lost power from the battery, I do not know. I'll fiddle with it a little bit more. But I'm going to do that off camera just so I can kind of focus on what I'm doing. Basically, in a second here, I'm going to come back and I'm going to start the thing up. I'm not even going to turn the camera back on until that actually happens. I will let you know whatever it is that I figure out, if I figure out what the deal is, because I'm getting kind of frustrated at this point. As I've said multiple times in this video and in another video that I did instead of this. This was supposed to be a quick little get her running, just some quick little thing to put some content out, and it has turned into a much more arduous task than that. Anyway, hang tight, here we go.
One eternity later.
All right, we're still on this little 90. It's a few days later. I don't know how many at this point. It's been dragging on forever and ever. But so that new battery that I had bought, it was going. I had spark. I lost spark for some reason. Thought that I popped the fuse. All kinds of stuff happened, but fuse was fine. Dropped it down inside the thing, had to dig it out. It dropped out onto the grass. Somehow I found it in the grass because it's like that big. Anyway, so I'm here trying once more. I've got the battery recharged, and I don't know, I feel like I might be able to get it this time. I think maybe I didn't put enough gas in the gas tank and it wasn't actually getting gas down in the carburetor. I still may end up needing to take the carburetor off and clean it, but I'm gonna try it again right now just the way it is. So let's go. Choke, everything's on. Light is not on. Oh, it's trying. It's gonna do it. I can feel it. Oh, it's so cold-blooded. Woo! It's trying. Man, it's so close. You hear that? It actually ran for a second there. Finally, it is running. Okay, so this is the air cleaner. That goes there. So I'm gonna take a minute and put that back on, and then we'll take it for a quick ride, all right? All right, guys, and gals maybe. I don't know, there's somebody out there, right? Anyway, I brought the bike around to the front of the house to air up the tires because they were pretty flat from sitting for a long time. They're very weather checked, so I'm not going to take this thing on a real long ride. I think before I ride this thing a whole lot, or even let Carly ride it, because she'll actually probably eventually ride this thing more than me, but we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, before I do that, I'll probably get a set of tires on it, because the last thing I would want for either one of us, but even more so for her, is to have the tire blow out when riding down a trail or something. So let's see if it'll start back up. I shut it off. Let's see if it'll start back up, and then I'm gonna take it down the road, turn on the old chest cam, get the POV shot, I guess, and ride it down the road. And I'm not wearing a helmet, so I'm not gonna take it out on the real road. I'm just gonna go down the neighborhood and around that and everything. So here we go. There we go. Okay, about to get upset. All right, so funny thing about motorcycles, especially small motors, is they all kind of have their own little quirky nuances about how well, or how the process of starting it. And since I haven't ridden this thing in so long, I kind of forgot what this thing likes to do. I mean, does it want throttle? Does it not want throttle? Do I got to hold it wide open? Whatever. And when they warm up, it's different than when they are cold. So every bike just seems to be a little different. And then it just died, so it probably just thinks it ran out of gas. Let me turn the gas the other direction. Woo, see? All right, so I think that I'm right at that cusp where the I had to turn it on to reserve. There's plenty in there, but the reserve tube comes halfway at the tank, so go figure. Here we go. All right, chest cam on. Here we go. Transmission seems to be doing all right. Just a 3-speed, but wow. So third gear is quite a bit taller than second gear. I don't know how well you can hear me. There might be a little bit of wind noise. Sorry about that. Oh no, what happened? Oh, please do not be out of gas. That would suck. I don't know why I did that, why I just died there, but all right, it died once, but let's get it to the backyard. And it died again. All right, well, that's fine. I think it's time to wrap it up on this one. Overall, I'd say that was a success. All right, guys. Well, I think that'll about do it for that one. What a
way more difficult and long video that ended up being. I apologize. This was so late. The last one was late, but I've got a bunch of other videos that I've been getting starts on, and I finally have some endings to a few of them. So hopefully it will not be such a long way after this one to the next one. Hope you can be patient with me. But the 90 ran finally. I knew it would. I knew I just had to be persistent and get through all the frustration. But anyway, so there we go. I got a little another little surprise for you that is going to be an upcoming project, and I had considered putting a one of the newer Chinese motors, and they're all the same design. They bought that design from Honda years ago, or maybe they didn't buy it, I don't know. But anyway, so that basic motor has been being made for what, 70 years, I guess, and it's various different sizes. But the Chinese versions, they have taken the thing, the highest one I've seen so far is like a 212. I don't know why that's such an odd number, but that's what the Predator motors, which is a different kind of motor altogether that you can get at Harbor Freight, those are 212s. But they also make that motor in a 212. They make it in a 190, a 175, 140, and probably everything in between. I have no idea. But anyway, I considered getting one of those because you can get them with 5 speeds that do take a clutch. You can get them with still semi-automatic, but at least a 4-speed. So you can get all kinds of different configurations, and from what I understand, those Chinese motors are actually made really well, and they hold up pretty good, and they're pretty inexpensive. But when I considered putting one of those into that 90, I just couldn't do it, because that motor, even though it gave me such a difficult time, it actually runs pretty good. I think I need to take the carburetor off and clean it out really good. I think that's why it died on me. But I want, since that bike is so original and so just in such great shape, considering that thing is literally a 50-year-old bike. Well, 49-year-old bike, whatever. I think I said it was a 73 or 4 earlier in the video, but I actually found the title since then. It is a 1975, and it's an ST90, and what you're about to see is kind of a brother or sister to that. So take a look at this. Ta-da! This little bike, I think, I mean, it's a Honda. I don't know the year. I bought it from a guy just as you see it. So as you can see, it's missing a significant amount of stuff. It doesn't have a carburetor or intake. And that motor might actually already be an in fact, I think it is. It's an aftermarket motor already. I think he said it was a 125, but this would have been, I think this is an SL90. Little bit different kind of frame. It actually has the bars that come up here. Look, something been cut off there. I don't know. This one is clearly not in the great shape that the other one is, but what that means is that I can do whatever I want with this one, and I won't feel a bit of guilt about it. So this one, I'll find out if this motor's any good and what it's got. But this one here, I think, is a great candidate to put one of them bigger Chinese motors on it and actually get a clutch. And yes, I know I'm too big for it. So what? I don't care. I'm gonna make this thing basically my pit bike, but I'm thinking about doing something kind of patriotic. I think I want to paint it up. It's not gonna be, I don't think orange was the original color anyway, and if it was, it's in such rough shape. I think I'm gonna paint this thing up to look kind of like a mini Evel Knievel bike. I just think that would be cool, and if I can get it done, I don't know, it's kind of a tight window, but if I can get it done, I'll do it up like that and ride it around on the 4th of July. What do you think of that? I think that would be fun. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. I hope that you are looking forward to seeing that other 90, and I'll let Carly ride that one that I just rode, and I'll ride the little mini Evel Knievel one, and have a good time, and get some other videos out there. I got some Camaro content coming. I got some Volvo content coming. I got another little pickup that I picked up. So got a lot of stuff in store. Sorry it's such a big long gap from the last video to now, but I appreciate all the new subscribers. As of right now, I'm at 110, so yay, it's growing, it's happening. So anyway, all right, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hit the like button if you would. If you're not already subscribed, please do. It helps me out, and stay tuned.